3 secrets I leverage to unlock my goals. Today's episode is sponsored by Billy Keels Advisory Services. If you want to learn more about how to make your 99 optional, just go to makeitoptional.com. Once again, that's makeitoptional.com. The 3 secrets I leverage to unlock my goals is for the person who was just like me, that I needed to have 100% certainty before I got started to move in a certain direction. And I realized how much that held me back. Like, this very brief episode is going to help you realize that there's more to that. You're a high achiever. You're someone who continues to do the right thing. And I'm sure that these 3 secrets, they're going to help you unlock getting to your goals much faster too. And this was inspired by a hiking trek that I took, because I like to get out and do things that are new and exciting, and sometimes things that I've not done before. And in December 2024, I actually went out to test myself because I really wanted to get out and go on a hike. This was about a 17 and a half kilometer hike that I went out with 4 other friends. Now, the important part here is that I was without a doubt the least experienced hiker. And there were 2 people that were very, very extremely experienced hikers who actually are guides quite frequently. So this was an overnight trip. I actually stayed 2 nights and walked through 2 days. 2 days. And went to the northern part of Spain. So it was absolutely fantastic. It was December. Went to this really, really small town in the Pyrenees Mountains, but on the side near Aragon. For those of you who are very good with your geography, and it was absolutely fantastic. I mean, it was I'm going to tell you a little bit more about it, but let's just say in December, I saw all 4 seasons, believe it or not. But the thing of it is a buddy of mine recognized, like, hey, look, Billy, you're an active guy. You like to get out. And so after talking over a while, I understood that, hey, look, this is a nice little goal that I want to set for myself. I want to get out and I want to walk with these really experienced people. I want to get to this specific destination. And the whole thing, after I reflected on it, it reminded me why I should not wait for perfection when I want to go out to get into goals. It's something that I have been doing for a while. As a recovering perfectionist, there's constantly revisiting these perfectionist tendencies. And if you are listening or watching and you have the tendencies, check out this story. These 3 secrets are really going to help you get to your goals much, much faster. Because aside from wanting to just like get out and accomplish this, because to be able to say that, hey, listen, I went with 4 really experienced hikers and 2 of which are like hiker guides, super experienced. I really wanted to prove myself that, like, me not having all the same level of skill, that I could get to the same destination that people that were extremely experienced were. And more importantly, that these 2 guides, that they would be able to assess me, look and understand what were some of my strengths. I mean, I believe what my strengths are, but maybe they saw some things that were a little bit different. And I wanted to get to the destination with these 4 experienced hikers, 2 of which were extremely experienced. And the thing is I started thinking about this because a lot of this ties into what happens a lot in corporate. So I got to a point where, yeah, I mean, we all decided that we were going to go to the same destination. So we all had the same destination in mind. The very same common objective was to get there. We worked together, we talked together, we shared ideas, we communicated. And you know what? We even created an experience by traveling these 17 and a half kilometers together. Was phenomenal. It's one of these things that, as I look back on it now, we have this bond that we'll consistently be able to do. Actually, 2 of the really, really experienced hikers just sent another WhatsApp group message to see if anybody of us wanted to go on this like ultra mega hike, which of course I'm not yet there. So, but anyway, let me not just get too distracted. But the idea was, with these very experienced guides, I knew that I could get to this destination, this 17 and a half kilometers. And I would be able to do that with relative confidence. I wasn't 100% sure, but I felt relatively confident that I would be able to get to the destination with having the right guide and being able to get there. So this is what we do, because we are me, and I say we, the royal we. I've been in Europe for a while. So I realized that what I needed to do was to figure out where was it that I really wanted to go. The thing that I will like to call the future signal, like the signal from the future that is calling me in that direction. A lot of times I would say it as the North Star, but the future signal, like, where is that? Like, I knew where we wanted to go. Well, how did I know? Because we used an app, and it's an app that's used by a lot of very experienced hikers. It starts with a W and ends with a C. At least I think so. So to keep it promo free and stuff like that here. So I knew where I wanted to go. I had the future signal. I knew that I was going with a very small group. And the cool thing was with this app that we were using, there were some very specific like markers along the way that let us know that we were moving in the right direction. So I thought that that was really cool. But along the way, I also figured out some stuff that even though I wanted to do it, I didn't do it in the perfect conditions. You know why? Because I mentioned in the beginning that I experienced all 4 seasons within this hike of 17 and a half kilometers. But there were a couple things that I also realized. Number one, when we started out, like, were we all going to literally take the same steps? If I look back at a certain point, we were like spread across an open field for a little bit because it was a wide field. And so we weren't actually each taking the exact same steps. The steps deviated a bit. We were following a general path, but each one of us had our very own unique steps to the end. Um, I also, when I went, I started raining, it started pouring rain. And during this pouring rain, I had a backpack. But guess what? When you're super experienced, you realize that you have to have something that covers your backpack. You have a backpack cover. I didn't have that. I also didn't have walking sticks. I had the right shoes, but I didn't have a stick to actually help me. So when it was raining and started to snow, the really experienced people, they just pulled it out of their backpack and they stuck in the walking sticks, and they had the backpack covers. And so they were ready to go. And they have these really particular pins that you use in the top of your boots, or picks that they use in the top of their boots that they call. I'm sure it's something else in English, and I just can't think of the word right now. But the thing is it was really during this inclement weather, the bad weather, just the fact that I had to continue to go through it. I kept progressing, but I wasn't as comfortable as the people who had gone before me. That the two really, really experienced guys, actually all four of them, but the really two experienced guys, like they kept walking and they just took the pick out or the hiking stick out. They just walked, they changed, they stopped for a second, put the spikes on their shoes, and they just kept going. And so I also realized I didn't even have the right kind of gloves because my gloves were like super wet and theirs were like water resistant. It was a whole thing. But what I'm saying, and the reason I'm sharing that with you, is that I did not have the perfect gear. I did not have the perfect steps. I didn't even have the right amount of experience, but I kept moving forward because the guides, the two specifically, they were watching for me to make sure that I didn't fall back. I didn't hurt myself or any of that kind of stuff. And they helped to motivate me to create the conditions so that I would continue to move forward and did not quit. Right. And so the thing that I started realizing, and the 3 secrets that I want to share with you, and don't worry, I'm going to give you the 3 secrets because I've already started. If you're paying attention, and I know you are because you're high achievers, I'm going to give you the rest of them in just a couple seconds. Because at the end of the 17 and a half kilometers and not having all of the perfect gear and not having the right level of experience, but knowing that I wanted to go with people that were more experienced than me, and then I knew where I wanted to get to, and we had a couple of milestones along the way, it helped us to get there. So the good news is at the end of this trek, I did make the 17 and a half kilometers. I was soaking wet. I was freezing. I was all these kind of things, but I got to the destination, and I got to the destination safely, not perfectly. I made mistakes. I got, frozen fingers. My toes were cold. My backpack was all wet. I didn't get in the perfect conditions there, but I got to the destination and I have the experience. And guess what I'm going to do when I walk with them again? I'll be better prepared. But the most important thing through this walk, and this is really what I want to share with you now when I talk about the 3 secrets, here are the 3 secrets, because what I realized through this hike, more than getting to the destination, it was really about me being able to recognize that once I understood that I was committed to going on the 17 and a half kilometer walk, I knew what my destination was. I had my future signal. It was there. And I had milestones along the way to let me know that I was moving in the right direction. I was moving with a small group. They were able to check it, and we were checking in on the milestones, even though we did not all take the exact same path. All 5 of us took we took similar paths, not exactly the same, to get to the destination because our skill sets were different, our experience was different, and even the what we brought to go on the walk was different. So think of it like your skill set, your ideas, they're different. No one's exactly the same. I knew that my path was going to be unique when I arrived, and the fact that I had intentionally gone with people that were much more experienced with me, 2 of which agreed in advance that they would help to guide me and get me to that ultimate destination at the 17.5 kilometer mark. It helped me to understand that with the right skill set and taking action and surrounding myself with the right people that I could get to any destination, right? And it's the next destination for me. Now, will I do something more advanced next time? I'm sure that I will. But the three secrets are: number one, being able to have your future signal. Where do you want to go? Number two, being able to have a guide that can get you there to help you with the downside protection so that you don't suffer getting to the finish line. That you get to the finish line, you're going to maybe take some bumps and bruises, but you're going to get there with a lot less bumps and bruises than you would have if you went by yourself. And lastly, the consistently taking action. Those are the three secrets. And once I realized that not only did I use these three secrets in my corporate life, which is understanding where I wanted to go and whether that was promotion, whether that afterwards I had the right guides, which was mentors within the business or coaches within the business. And then it was up to me to take consistent guided action, right? So those are the three secrets that I used in the past to leverage, that I consistently use to leverage to be able to unlock and get to my goals much faster. So if you know anybody who is continuing to feel like they are stuck, that they can't move forward, and that they're not getting to their goals as quickly and as safely as they want to, share this episode with them. Let them know that it's just those are the three secrets. Have your future signal, have your guide, and take consistent action. Share the episode with them. Get on the phone afterwards. Talk about go from theory to action. See how you can put this into practice. And you know what? While you're doing that, guess where I'll be? Yep, like I always am. I'll be right here preparing for the next episode. So until then, go out and make it a great day. And thank you very, very much. Today's episode is sponsored by Billy Keels Advisory Services. If you want to learn more about how to make your 99 optional, just go to makeitoptional.com. Once again, that's makeitoptional.com.